Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Highland, a Beavis and Butt-Head podcast. My name's Chris Paw.
And I'm Drew Mulkins.
We're back to talk to you about two shorts called Nuts and one called
Bike.
In the first one, Nuts, Beavis finds out he's allergic to peanuts the hard way. It just kind of opens with him. He's got snacks.
Yeah, he was supposed to get nachos, but he bought a can of mixed nuts instead.
Which annoys Butthead right away.
Yeah.
But he eats the nuts. He finds out, or he starts swelling up.
Yeah.
And has to go to the doctor. The doctor tells him he has a nut allergy. He misunderstands it to mean that he is no longer allowed to nut. He cannot masturbate anymore. Yeah. And spends the rest of the episode sort of avoiding things that make him horny.
Yeah.
And then finally, that tires him out so much he decides to have a snack, which is a can of mixed nuts. And the episode ends with him swelling up again.
Yeah.
As many episodes do. I love the circular episodes where they sort of end with them making the same mistake, and you have no idea how many times this is gonna.
Yeah, and we have the second appearance of the kind of predatory Christian girl, who tries to get Beavis and Butt-Head to join her organizations.
Oh yeah, yeah. When Beavis finds out that he can't nut, he's sitting alone at lunch, and a girl with a cross necklace comes over and tries to talk to him and comfort him and invite him to church, to her church group.
Yeah, well, there was another one where she got them to go to the church group or some kind of abstinence club in an earlier, still in the new series, but like season
an earlier
1,
episode.
I think. Yeah.
So another recurring.
Yeah, there's
character.
There's a couple characters that are, kind of original to this series because they're sort of out of time.
Yeah, there's some. They mixed in some new like current kids. There's no Stewart in the new series. There's no young Stewart. Although when they see old Stewart, he remembers having grown up with them. So
yeah,
that's a weird disconnect. But
we'll get to that.
Yeah,
and yeah, there's a couple different things. Even the manager at Burger World's a different guy. Oh,
is it?
Yeah, it's a black guy now. In the new show.
Mike Judge went woke.
Yeah, their one friend, well, not even friend, he doesn't like them, and they don't really like him, but the guy they try to play video games with sometimes.
I'm drawing a blank on his name. Tyler, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's Tyler or something like that.
That sounds right.
Yeah, and he's got like the really forgiving parents. That
are just so happy that he has a friend over.
I feel like the dad is voiced by Tim Meadows, maybe.
Yeah, I love that Tim Meadows shows up and stuff so often. It's great. Anyway, we're not talking about that episode. We're talking about Nuts.
I love the animation of him swelling up. It's very what's the God damn it. The horror director that's like for the gross stuff. They do the joke in Rick and Morty all the time. Where they, the other. Oh man, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Cronenberg, yeah.
Yes, it's very Cronenbergian. Design of Beavis. Slowly starting to swell up as he continues to eat the nuts.
He swells up way faster the second time.
Yeah.
And for me, there's some then headcanon that a doctor is he has to go back to the hospital, and a doctor is able to somehow clear this up, and he understands what he's actually allergic to now.
I'm not sure.
That's kind of how I imagine it wrapping up, but maybe that's too hopeful. I don't
know. Yeah, I think he just decides nuts suck.
Yeah.
And stops eating them.
Because, I mean, if you stop masturbating, that's like the end of the show. That's an element that needs to be there.
He's also not allowed to score.
Yeah.
As he understands.
Yeah. Oh, no. He's
it.
completely allergic to nut.
It doesn't matter if he does it himself or not.
Yeah.
He can't have any kind of relief. This one is a very Beavis-centric story. Like, it's usually not this centric on one of them.
Yeah, and I like that this story felt like it took place in a variety of locations. They're at the house, they're at the doctor's office, they're at the school, they're back at the house. It felt like it was moving around, and I like that.
But yeah, Butt-Head doesn't do much in this one. He does kick Beavis in the nuts.
Yeah, that's true.
When Beavis explains what the doctor told him, he just kicks him in the nuts. He's like, you know what, you can still use them for.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's at lunch alone, and he doesn't see Beavis again until they're both back at the couch at the end of it. And you don't get very many episodes where they go have their separate days. And
Butt-Head has come around on... Well, I think he sees him at the school at some point, but it's not like that much. I'm not... But, Butt-Head had come around on mixed nuts by the end of the episode. He thought they were like vegetables at the beginning, but he likes them by the end of the episode. And Beavis liked them the whole time, but is horribly allergic to them.
Yeah. What do we got by way of videos? Music video.
Olivia Rodrigo. I did not catch the name of the song.
It was called "Get Him Back." This one's really funny because the video is her like playing multiple parts.
Yeah, I thought of it as like a college dormitory, but all of the students are copies of Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, she's playing everyone. There's a ton of music videos that do this.
Yeah.
But this one, the joke becomes that she's putting all the other hot girls out of work by playing all those parts could have gone to hot girls.
Yeah.
That and you know, the poor hot girls never have jobs. They're always just hanging out on boats and
yep.
You know, being put out of work. It's a pretty smart sort of joke about immigration at the root of it.
I was thinking of it like, you know, how like whenever Peter Dinklage gets a role, some people are like, no other little people actors can get roles because Peter Dinklage takes them all the time. I thought it was kind of commentary on that sort of thing.
Yeah, where they have to...
But they were treating like hot girls as a minority group.
Yeah. Yeah, or immigrant. Like,
yeah.
They're putting all the good hot chicks out of work.
Yeah.
And they're unemployable.
Yeah.
They never have jobs. Yeah, so that's the video. Any other...
There was a middle segment. It wasn't... There was a Tom Anderson war story instead of the music video that would kind of go in between the two episodes.
Yeah, that's where they put
so I don't know where we want to... We'll discuss it now, I guess.
I had one more note on on nuts, because when Beavis gets to the doctor says, it's a good thing it only took someone an hour to find you and call 911. Which made me wonder if this does mean are other people in that house that are not Butt-Head.
There could be.
Because Butt-Head would never call 911.
Yeah, he clearly... I missed that line completely.
So,
that's hilarious.
That makes me think Shirley Beavis came in and found him
well, let's hope that
from nut allergies.
Let's hope that happened at the end of the... This could have been a multiverse death.
Yeah.
He could have just died at the end of the episode. We don't know.
Then they go into one of these. They do this once in a while. I think we were just discussing this, like wondering if they were going to bring this back. They do Tom Anderson war stories. And this one's a flashback. Did they show the flashbacks in the other ones?
Yeah.
Because he looks even more like Hank Hill.
Yeah.
Well, when they draw him younger, but I think the other flashback, they did the gag where they drew him the same age.
Yeah, I think he was wearing like a military helmet and stuff, and it kind of looked more... It didn't look as much like Hank Hill without like the hair and stuff.
Yeah.
Because he was just fixing a Jeep, which they actually come into this by saying like that he was doing... Right after doing routine maintenance on a Jeep during the Battle of Bloody Ridge, which I'm pretty sure that's exactly describing what had happened in a previous episode. Now he's in a nurse's tent.
Right, in this one. And some injury he's having nursed.
Yeah, and... Yeah, somehow after he fixed this Jeep, he got injured. And it's the whole thing is actually a discussion about how the IVs aren't being hung properly. And he goes detailed about proper IV hanging. And then at the end of the episode, nothing romantic happens. I don't even think she really says anything. She just kind of listens to him go on about IVs. But then he's like, and that was my wife.
Yeah, and I made that nurse my wife.
Yeah.
He's just mansplaining IVs to a nurse, a professional woman.
And already you gotta have this kind of coupling on it, and they've got to be hung at this height. And yeah, it's a good bit. It's a really good bit, and I like it, and I'm glad that they're continuing on with it. So all in all, I'd give Nuts about a 3, I'd suppose.
3. I'm gonna go really 3.5. I love this. I love a Beavis-centric episode. It does things just a little different, but it's still a classic misunderstanding. The drama that played by Beavis in this one is very good, where he's just kind of like, this is the worst day of my life. And depressed Beavis is very funny to me. I go 3.5.
Yeah, that kind of brought me back to the Sad Boy episode. Yeah, 3.5. It's pretty good. I think Butt-Head being sprayed with mace is funnier than Butt-Head being allergic to nuts. It's kind of close, but they're two different episodes. So we can move on to Bike.
3.5 Cronenbergs.
Nice. 3.5 Cronenbergs.
Now that I remember it, I'm going to say it all the time.
So Bike, this starts with old Beavis and Butt-Head, and they are magnet fishing in a river.
This is something I've spent hours watching people do on YouTube.
Yeah, I've definitely spent some time on TikTok.
If you don't know what this is, they're magnet fishing, which is you take a giant magnet, tie it to a rope, and you throw it over the bridge into the water, and you just kind of collect whatever you pull up that's metal that's been thrown into the water.
But yeah,
people find all kinds of weird shit.
Well, they were trying to pull up a refrigerator, and the magnet gives out, and then it like flings up and attaches Beavis to the car because Beavis weighs so little that this magnet can support, like, hold him up to the
Yeah.
car, and then they pull it off of him, and it gets stuck to Butthead's pacemaker.
Yeah, until he's turning purple.
Yeah, and he says that, like, his whole vision has come down to one dot, and he doesn't know where he is.
I'm assuming he got a pacemaker put in after the last episode, Heart Attack.
Yeah,
Of the last old Beavis
yeah.
and Butt-Head one.
The progression. Well, yeah, the progression's weird. There's definitely some sort of multiverse going on. We'll get there. But so anyway, Beavis pulls the magnet off of Butthead's heart. Butthead regains consciousness while Beavis is fishing, and then Butthead sits down, and Beavis pulls his old bike out of the river. Like, it's not just an old bike. He recognizes it as the one he had when he was a kid.
Which is and they have this flashback to young
Yeah.
Beavis and Butt-Head, which I think we've seen a few times. Even in the old series, they would
Yeah.
flash back to them being little kids.
It's definitely happened before. I can't, like,
Yeah.
specifically name an episode, but yeah.
I always think it's funny. They have the same color clothes on, but no band names. They're not
Yeah.
into music yet.
I feel like there was one where they had, like, one of them had, like, a Mickey Mouse T-shirt, and one of them had,
I
like,
don't
some
remember
other.
that.
That might have been an episode of Robot Chicken. I'm not even sure.
Oh, okay. This time, their shirts are blank when they're kids.
Yeah.
But there's a beat where you think so they show the flashback, and they flash back to Butthead actually throwing the bike over the into the water.
Yeah.
And they kind of fool you for a second. Butthead looks introspective, and then he says, "Beavis, there's something I have to tell you."
Yeah.
And he blames it on Stewart.
Yeah.
So we get an old Stewart in the mix this time.
Yeah. But it's I think clearly not the same old Stewart from the kidney episode. So I think this has to be, because that guy, like, moved out of his parents' house. He said he hadn't seen Beavis and Butt-Head in, like, 20 years. He had to drive, like, 2 hours to get to them. In this one, he's still living at his parents' house with his wife, and I think a kid, maybe
This
two
is
kids.
true. This is kind of I didn't see any kids. They had wedding pictures.
There were pictures around. I don't remember if any of them were of children. He had
Not sure.
He had triplets in the kidney episode.
Does he? Oh, so he was married.
He was married in that. I don't know if it's even to the same woman. We don't see her in the other thing. You pointed out that his wife in this looks a lot like his mom.
Yeah, it looks just like his mom.
Yeah.
The art.
The hair is not quite as big, but it's a pretty similar design.
It's just updated. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just 2025 hair. Yeah. This Stewart is. I'm gonna assume they just don't mention the kidney incident.
Yeah.
I think Stewart's too polite to be like.
But he offers them beers as soon as he gets there, and if he had one kidney, Stewart is, like, responsible enough that he wouldn't have forgotten about that. He wouldn't have been drinking, like, one beer. I don't think.
But I think, did he drink any? I think he would have beer on hand in case his friends came over.
I thought he was drinking one with them.
Oh, okay.
But maybe he just offered it to them. But even so, that's assuming that Beavis even survived that episode, which I find
that's
very
true.
Doubtful.
Very true.
As he just blew up a third kidney, and it was real hard to find that third one.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll assume this is a new timeline.
Yeah, because it feels different. He said he hadn't seen them then, so if this is before kidney, then it still doesn't fit. So I think it's a different timeline.
This is also this season, the second, like we had old Todd episode last time, and now we get Stewart. So, it feels, and with Tom Andrews, it feels like
maybe we'll get an old Daria episode. That would be cool.
That would be really nice.
Yeah,
I think that would. I think a lot of people would watch that. I think that would be a good.
I feel like that's the kind of thing where like that image is, gets sent all over the internet.
Becomes a meme.
And it becomes like a clickbait article.
Yeah. Why does old Daria look older than the men characters?
Yeah. Yeah. So I hope that happens.
Is Daria a girl boss now?
That would be
I hope she returns.
Because people would be aware of that happening, and would I would hope bring a little more awareness to the season. I think people are watching it though.
So they go to Stewart's house to confront him for stealing Beavis's bike.
Yes,
even though Butt-Head did it, and he offers them beer. It's funny because Beavis is so mad.
Yeah,
and then he offers him beer, and he's like, I'll take a beer."
and then like the same thing happens with pizza right after that.
Yeah, they drink the beer, and then he gets all worked up again, and he's about to confront him.
No, he's like, "My wife is coming in from the pool," and then they calm down again. But it's like, "Yeah, we'll look at your wife in a swimsuit."
Yeah, let's get it. Let's see what your wife looks like in a swimsuit. It's almost his mom. But this is the wife's first time meeting them.
Definitely not a sexy swimsuit.
And they finally get to the part where they realize Butt-Head was the one who actually took the bike, and they have a very funny fight.
Yeah, and
that wrecks the entire house.
It's funny though, because the wife is like initially really excited. She's like, "Oh, this is Beavis and Butt-Head. I've heard so much about you two," and then they trash her house.
Yeah,
and she falls dead silent and just has this like angry face on for the rest of the episode, and it's great.
Yeah,
just so funny.
Old Stewart's a cuck. So they trash the house. They do he starts trying to reminisce with them, and he goes, "Remember that time you guys locked me in a closet and forgot about me?"
Oh yeah.
And
classic episode for sure.
Yeah, and that's from the original run of episodes. So Mike Judge does think of continuity in some way.
Yeah,
but it makes those so.
But yeah, this does not fit with the other old Beavis and Butt-Head old Stewart episode at all. Also, I think it's a different character design. I think his hairline's a little different.
I had looked. I'll actually just because I think I still have it.
Because it
up here.
The character felt a little different, maybe a little younger. Although, I mean, old Beavis and old Butt-Head could look the same for like 20 years. These stories could, be taking place between when they're like 40 and when they're like 60. Those guys would look the same.
Yeah. Yeah, the previous one does look different. If you check him out here.
Yeah.
I'll have him up on the screen.
I think his hair's longer now in the newer.
Yeah, and more
that's
blonde,
a little shaggy,
I think.
but yeah.
It's a slightly different character design.
Yeah.
We're still wearing a Winger shirt. In the other episode we saw him in.
I don't think he was in this one, but
with a jacket over it.
But yeah. And I suppose he bought the house off his parents and they died or moved out. It's not.
Yeah, it's the same design for the house.
Yeah.
The outside.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, I almost expected it to be a thing where they knock on the door because they just assumed that Stewart lived in the same place for like 40 years. But I almost expected someone else to answer the door, and Stewart's not even there.
Yeah.
Like, just moved because Beavis and Butt-Head, like, their idea of the world doesn't really change. Stewart's house is Stewart's house. And, you know, it happened, like, it works for the story that he was there, but it almost, like, would make sense if he wasn't, you know.
Maybe one of these days we'll do some videos that are like timelines for each character.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But I want to mention quickly the flashback. There is a flashback of just Butt-Head telling Stewart that he's going to throw the bike off the bridge.
Because when Beavis is like, "You threw my bike into the river," he goes, "No, I didn't. That's not what happened." And then they go straight to the a flashback of young Butt-Head just being like, "Look, it's Beavis's bike. I'm gonna throw it in the river."
Yeah.
Like, he just very conveniently had confessed to Stewart, and he remembers it exactly.
So after Stewart's wife drives them back to their Section 8 housing with her 1,000-mile stare, Stewart jumps out of the car for a second and is like, "Hey guys, I'm so glad you guys came to hang out with me. Maybe we can hang out at your place next time." And like, no, dude.
Yeah,
he still doesn't understand the relationship at all, and I think that's why there's no good I think he wanted to reset the character and make this Stewart a little bit more like the old Stewart, where, you know, the kidney Stewart's a little more self-possessed, a little more like his own man. And this guy,
he had a little backbone in that one.
Yeah, this guy really much less so. And it could be like a younger version, but I don't think that's exactly what's happening here.
Yeah, different. It's a different take on old Stewart than the last time we saw him, which is interesting. I feel like this may also, like we've been saying in the other episodes, is the or not the other one. There was one that never mind. That was replaced. Which we've talked about. Old Stewart and Mike Judge working on the old versions of the King of the Hill characters. Maybe he's like coming back to these with a new perspective on how he ages his characters in that way. Yeah,
because it was just like a new take on old Stewart. I liked it though.
Yeah, I like this one. I do enjoy the kidney episode with Stewart though, with that version. But
so let's talk about "Love Again" by Kid Laroi for a second, or Kid Laroi.
Kid Laroi, yeah, that's the video segment in this one. The song is done. So forgettable. I don't remember what the song is even about. The video. In the video, the guy has a bunch of scenes of where he has a girlfriend that's just literally a plastic, sex doll type thing.
Yeah, well, the song is called "Love Again," so I think that the video is supposed to be that he's trying to rebound from like an actual relationship, but with a love doll.
The plastic doll, yeah. Real doll kind of thing.
Yeah, like one of those, like
those expensive kind of,
whatever it is. And then Beavis and Butt-Head get to talking about it, and Beavis had never even, I guess, thought of the concept of a love doll before.
Yeah, they realize what it is, and he's like, I wish we had something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's probably expensive though.
Yeah.
And so they start talking about it, and Beavis decides, well, I bet we could make one ourselves.
Yeah.
If we just melted a bunch of plastic down. And he's like, yeah, hold on a minute. I'm going to go try something. And this is such a rare thing. Like, they do this once in a while, but during the music video, there's a whole other short happening, which is basically Beavis goes into the kitchen and puts all their plastic Tupperware stuff into the microwave.
Yeah.
Tries to melt it down and then mold it to his schlong.
Yeah, and it's great. There's like a black cloud of like toxic smoke that comes out of the microwave. And the animation on the melted plastic is done really well. Like him trying to carry around this like massive like somewhat melted plastic bottles and then like put it on his dick.
Yeah. He's like, let me just and he's standing behind the counter, so you don't see anything other than him take the pile of melted plastic off and drop it towards his crotch. He's like, just let me mold this, and then as it burns him.
Yeah.
He does that scream that he's been doing in these newer seasons.
Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, that's all during the music video segment, and it's almost like a whole other episode in itself, like a whole,
Yeah.
That could as easily be.
Because you hear him rummaging around the kitchen. It goes on for a while. Yeah, it's good though.
It could easily be its own short. It's a very, very good gag. Yeah, there's not really much else in that. There's nothing else to that music video, because that takes up the whole thing. But it's worth it. The juice is worth the squeeze.
Yeah. So,
ratings on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go first if you.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna go 4 again.
Yeah.
On another great old Beavis and Butt-Head episode.
Yeah, I think this is good. I think it's. Yeah, I think 4 stars is right where it's at. I think I like this take on Stewart a little better than the other take on Stewart. I think this kind of nails the character better, I think, but it's really good.
It's like back to his roots, Stewart.
Yeah. Less of a spine, fits the character really well.
Yeah. I'm having a little bit of a crisis in my head of I'm wondering if I'm enjoying old Beavis and Butt-Head so much because I'm old now.
Yeah.
I think it's such a good device for somebody, that was a fan of the original run at the time, that's now in your 40s or even 50s, and to have the age on the characters.
Yeah. And I know guys like this. I've met people like this. I've met dumb teenagers like that, but I've met like old Beavis and Butt-Head. Like I've met these dudes. I've delivered pizzas to these dudes.
And you look at old guys like these that are that dumb, and you go like, what were they like when they were young?
Yeah.
And then now you can kind of like you go, oh yeah, I kind of get what they were like when they were young, compared to what they're like now. So that wraps up those 2. These should both be coming out at the same time. You've seen our 2 reviews. We had missed a week and dropped 2 the same day.
Yeah.
When you're watching this, it probably won't matter if you find it later, but
yeah.
If you're there was somebody in the comments, shout out, that said they were gonna be going on this journey with us. I think mainly on the old episodes was where the comment was on our frog baseball episode. Yeah. We just dropped peace, love, and understanding as well.
We love comments. Please keep them coming.
Yeah, chat us up in the comments. We'll talk to you. We love this show and doing this kind of thing. I hope we continue getting better at it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm saying and a lot.
Yeah.
But that's how I talk.
A little too much dead air sometimes, but we're getting there. We're figuring it out.
Yeah. Thank you for coming to check this out and everything, and
thank you, drive through.